tolerance is something that many people cannot tolerate. I've been telling you about how since the beginning of our history, we got problems with the economy, social conflicts, wars, beliefs. And I was looking at to all of these, seeing what we had. I said, we keep having this problem over and over and over again. And then I run to this word tolerance. And so that is the basis of it all, basically. Tolerance, as you can see the definition, it has to do with one's own opinions and practices and let others have their own. Can you allow somebody else to be what they are? Can you permit something to happen? Can you permit somebody's creation? Would you be willing to have what others are willing to give you or they present to you? Or can you just see it and just be tolerant? You can see if people would be able to tolerate somebody else's creation, there would be no conflicts, because conflicts normally start one person with another one. And they start saying, you know, I am not responsible. You are the one that is wrong and I'm right. And that's the source of it all. You are wrong and I'm right. And so we get conflict with one person, and it starts to escalate, where we start having small fights between groups and conflicts. And it gets a bit bigger, we get into wars. And the whole destruction of the whole planet and everything, we start all over again. And we start again with, well, look, he doesn't have a tie. You see his tie? What's really off? Wow, that guy has a big nose. Oh, he has a small nose. He's thick, oh, he's thin. He's tall, he's short. Look at his feet. Did you see the shoes? That's the insanity of it all. Now, in Scientology, we know that has a very difficult word, which I'm not going to say, but that's a thing that we are able to handle for the first time ever. And it's basically the attitude of being right and others wrong. And that's what tolerance means. We don't use that word so much because it has so much, it's a word with so big of a package of meaning and experiences and so many things in history. But tolerance is a good word to use because so many people cannot tolerate tolerance. So, from now on, intolerance will not be tolerated. Yeah. It's kind of a good policy, talking about policies. You know, we know other people's petty foibles. We've talking about that. And, you know, people are not perfect, right? So why we should be like intolerant about what other people think? And if we would be used to really seeing and just perceiving what other people are creating and being able to perceive it and just take it and assume that it's their creation and it's their right to build that way, we will not be creating conflicts. People will be more creative. People will be in harmony. And we will not have economical problems because it would be just creation. We didn't have wars. We did not have like problems with moral values. Imagine all these moral values and codes we have to write and put there because we are not tolerant of what is, you know, what the other person is existing. This is, we look at the color of the people, their color of their hair, their color of their clothes, their color of their car, their color of their house, their color of everything. It's like, wow, when I'm going to get the right color for everybody, right? When I'm going to get the right size for everybody, when I'm going to get the right this for everybody. Is there a point where, can I be right? Well, yeah. The point is when you allow me to be right. And that's tolerance. Intolerance is more stress in beliefs. It's the peak of dramatization, the peak of insanity, we could say, on religious beliefs, where they won't allow at all to have any other belief but this one. You can only have this belief and nothing else. One of my big things that I discovered when I was studying about the Queens is that heresy, this word heresy means choice. Those who were heretics, they have a choice. And therefore, if they had a choice, they were burnt on the stake. How insane is that? It's like, how else could you make somebody else wrong, The power of choice is the biggest thing on a person, and if you make that wrong, how wrong could you be?
Burnt.
Exactly. So, we have a hope where we can achieve religious tolerance, and that's the basic where we can unmake the whole insanity, because that's the strongest intolerance point we have in life. And we have a hope that we can believe that tolerance can exist.
Very well done.
Fredo Moreno, everybody. Thank you very much, Fredo.